What's up, my friends? It's been a minute, right? Sorry for the different angles and whatever. I'm trying to make this, viewable, watchable for you guys anyway. So, for those of you that are new here, my name is Malachi. Everyone calls me Bearski. And yeah, this is my channel about just basically lifestyle and just being close to nature. We can illustrate through, the piranhas or the dogs or even our own physicality, emotional state, and so on, since they're all so intertwined. So yeah, fitness has always been a big part of my life, and it's been kind of on a back burner. Indeed, life happens, right? The fitness never, disappeared, but it took a dent, major hit. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I was cleaning out a beehive from my basement. I got stung by 4 bees, one directly into my bicep vein, which resulted in almost shock to bee sting, which I wasn't allergic, so no worries. I didn't think anything of it, but it resulted in some hyper heightened sensitivity to any type of autoimmune sort of aggravation. And that's what it did. Well, first off, initially it numbed up my face. I felt itching in my groin and my armpits, so any lymph nodes just flared up crazy, and then it would dissipate after 1 hour. But after that, my bee sting on my back, just near the incision for my laminectomy, discectomy, I had broken back and shit. There was a little bit of a infection or something that started. That's what I thought initially, that maybe the bee sting area got infected from me scratching it or something, but it wasn't. It was the beginning of the skin flare out that I've experienced, that has progressed, migrated throughout my entire body, all the way to my torso, arms, even the top of my hands. It was everywhere, behind my knees and stuff. The only place I didn't have it, believe it or not, was my groin. Thank God. I probably would have lost my mind. But yeah, tons of sleepless nights, discomfort and all that, and no relief. I went to doctors. They prescribed a bunch of creams, bunch of steroid roundup things and whatever. I went through all of it. Zero success. It was pretty frustrating because I couldn't work out. What made the whole experience even more frustrating for me is that I need to work out to stay mobile because of my back injury. Otherwise I'm starting to lose my leg. So I don't want to lose my leg, but then I can't work out because when I sweat, my itching would go through the roof. Not to mention it's embarrassing to be in public. So yeah, I didn't know what to do. I just stopped working out. 5 months. That sucked. I did a little bit around the house, things like that, mobile, keeping my mobility, but I need the gym for sanity reasons too. It it balances me out with everything. So yeah, no gym, no supplements of any kind. I just had to literally clean out. So that's what we did. I stopped taking in any sugars, less and less of different variety of food groups, until I've sort of cleansed my palate to very basics, something that I can control, that I know that if I ate this or that, reaction would have incurred. So just like that, by reason of deduction, I took away more and more and leaving less and less, and then I was able to figure out which variable, if any, had any effect on my skin condition. But I didn't stop there. You know what I did? I talked to a few people here and there and whatnot, and guess what? I met someone who gave me a point or direction that I should be researching, and that was, my friends, sorry, I had to change lanes. That was looking into my kidneys, because if you have a skin problem, most likely it begins with bad filtration of blood. So your skin is one of the largest, if not the largest, organs you have. you know, your skin reacts to impurities quickly, and it manifests, you know, through these skin eczemas and all that type of, you know, conditions because of poor kidney health oftentimes. So I was like, oh shoot, you know, kidneys, I didn't think about that, you know, my kidneys are, I don't know. So I did look into my kidneys, and I gotta admit, at 46, I was already exhibiting some sort of strange phenomena as far as why I'm not staying hydrated and whatnot. So yeah, kidneys is definitely a culprit. I started looking into it. Basically, again, less is more. I started eliminating all sodas and everything else. I went down to literally water, lemon water at that, because that's what was the, let's just say, antagonist of the situation that your kidneys were dealing with, is to filtrate and apply a certain low level or low diluted acidic, you know, water that would, again, provide some sort of trigger, you know, mechanism and all the needed, or create a needed environment for kidneys to be able to flush out, generate, fix, whatever, better themselves. So I did that. I used lemon water when fasting, so 18 hours no eating, 6 hours of eating. And no, during the 6 hours I would only have 2 meals. Yep, shake post-workout, and 5 hours later, meal with my family, dinner, which would be consisted 75% of protein, animal protein, and then a little bit of a, you know, vegetable combination and some other, but that's a whole nother, you know, conversation as far as vegetables. I have learned so much about vegetables through the feeding process of my dogs, understanding why carnivores require and have what they do and all that. The entire lifestyle depends on basically how they're able to source food and what they're getting out of their food, and etc., and obviously what they're capable of digesting. So we're talking about adaptation and basically the capability, the capacity, or the relationship that humans have with vegetation. We don't have one. Let me just tell you real quick the rundown. We do not have a relationship, symbiotic relationship with vegetation. To a degree with some, yeah. Like all the berries that we eat, there's seeds in them. You pass through and you poop out. That's how they spread and grow. Similarly to potatoes or other type of, you know, carrot, bulb-like vegetables, which you dig out, shake the stalk, and the seeds fall down, and there it goes, propagation. So they have inviting parts of vegetable that helps them propagate. Most vegetables or most vegetation is unedible or even poisonous. That's why it's abrasive, spiky, or bitter to taste and whatnot. If you go in the woods and try to forage on vegetables alone, if you don't know what you're doing, maybe some mushroom, you know, hunting and stuff, but like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, you're dead within a couple of weeks from some malnutrition, poison, or otherwise. Yeah, the vegetables will do you in. But on the other hand, you can have any types of protein, and I mean even raw. You don't have to cook it. You can eat the squirrel right off its bones. That means for you, you know, getting nutrition, and you'll be fine. Parasite, schmarasite, that's down the street. That's why we cook food and freeze food and do other things, because let's just say we want to avoid those parasitic issues. But it's still not poisonous, it's still edible, it's still real fuel. That's why all meat is edible, and that's why you have to understand that you were meant to eat what you eat, not what you think it's. Anyway, logic versus feelings type of stuff, so we're going to keep it very simple. But my friends, yeah, this sort of approach of minimal and specific food groups as far as vegetables, and then obviously variety of protein, animal protein, varying from different meat groups to different, you know, everything, basically a genre of protein that you can find, dig up, try, and integrate into your diet. And it doesn't have to be very expensive at all, because you're eating a lot less. I technically only eat one solid meal a day. That means that shake is, you know, some milk, some egg, some protein powder. I throw some berries in there. That's where I get my berries time. They'll make it, you know, edible. Banana for, you know, potassium, since I hit the pile often and I require a little bit more of potassium to remove the residuals from burning glycogen and oxygen in your muscle fibers, leaving the lactic acids behind. The potassium kind of binds with it and removes it if you continue to exercise, of course, making the recovery faster. Basics, my friends. You understand biochemistry, you can do a whole lot for yourself, custom design workout and diet, literally based on your lifestyle, not just what, you know, you're male, 40, this, active, schmactive. You know, you have taste buds, you have, life happens, like I said, you miss out on this, that, whatever. You got to make sure that you plan strategically, you plan your meals, since there are so few. You know, I sit down to that meal salivating. My mouth is full of saliva by the time I'm ingesting my first bite. I'm salivating right now, just talking about it, thinking about it, because it's already been 14 hours since I ate. But that's normal, and that's how it should be, you know. They call it fasting, some people call it controlled starving, but the benefits are undeniable. Just like the benefits of raw feeding your dog or cat are undeniable. Not only your cat or dog looks awesome, shiny, white teeth, you feel different. I mean, you just do look different. Everybody can tell, like, you know, this is no average Joe sort of approach. It's the program. It's the Bearski program, the nature program. Anyway, so that's what I've been. Excuse me, that's what I've been, my friends. I was fasting, trying to figure out what's what. I had to regress from training. I lost probably total of about 15 pounds, water, muscle, and, you know, some fat through the process of basically not working out, not knowing what I'm doing, eliminating food groups and such. But I arrive at month 3 on a pretty simple path, you know. 1 solid meal, 1 protein shake, and, you know, treat yourself well, and you'll see the effects, you see the results, and the results is what we're after. I've read and watched so many tutorial videos, etc., by doctors, experts, people who have done it, doing it, and I found myself very, very close to that sort of mentality for the last 35-40 years that I've been doing what I've been doing. Generation X was kind of an experimental, you know, generation, and yeah, we've tried everything from Atkins to this to that, whatever, all these diets and all these workout programs, high intensity, that was all, you know, perfected or invented by us. So yeah, you're welcome. Anywho, now I see there's all this information is readily available. If you just need to, you know, fine-tune what you're already doing, boom, right there. If you have no idea what you're doing, you can start from basics, start slow, and always remember less is more. So don't try to do all at once, because you know which, you know, factor is an attribute, what works, what doesn't, you know. So how are you gonna know which one to work on or add if it is, you know, lacking, and which one to really exploit if it really is doing great? So yeah, slow it down, be patient, and definitely be you know, acute, whatever, focused. Pay attention to those little things, because there's just no other way. You got to try it out on yourself. You have to go through the motions, and you have to be really strict. Otherwise, your, let's just say, practical science versus theoretical science will not match. You will not have the right results. You'll have nothing to gain and nothing to share from botched experiment. You know, we know a lot about that nowadays. So anyway, I'll talk to you soon, my friends. More to come. Hey, did you guys hear about the truckers heading to Canada? Yeah, me neither. Anyway, just wanted to let you know today's episode has been sponsored by Master Med, Master Safety, and yeah, they're basically there for the truckers, truck business, truck, and anything with basically transportation. There's a whole lot of things that get involved as far as, you know, the bureaucratic layers. They will take care of everything. I mean, from CDLs, from, you know, tickets and all kinds of drug consortiums, you know, even your logbooks. So you can rely on them. And I gotta say, we appreciate everything you guys do. So yeah, see you inside. So, you never know on the road, right? If you should need anything for your trucking business, please log into www.Muster Safety or Muster Med if they are a partnership for any of your trucking needs. And don't forget to mention Bearski, you get 10% off. Remember, www.mustersafety/Bearski for 10% off on all of their services.